Work harder, make more cast, practice longer, dark to dark days, you know, put in the work. Not that I had the raw talent, I didn't have special electronics, I didn't have special lures. I just stayed longer.
You've driven without GPS before?
I have. I still carry paper maps. You want me to kick out my paper maps? Dude, am I literally gonna have to get near the house to get this to connect? This is insane. You have an antenna? I'll hold the antenna up really high. You spend as much time in the truck driving as you do anything else in your career. So I've spent just as many hours on the road like this, being a truck driver, as I have fishing, promoting, doing shows, sponsor gigs. Like, this is almost as much time as all that. Somebody's got to do math for me, because I'm not smart enough to do math. I can do a lot of things, I can't do math. I average 30 to 40,000 miles a year. I've been doing it for 30 years. If I'm doing my math right, it's like 900,000 miles or something. Does that sound? That's ridiculous, dude. I think I can circle the globe. Drive. Hi there. Excuse me, man, you got nice balls there. Listen, the size of them nuts. Man, I'm very proud of you. So listen, we're here for the Elite tournament. Can't get any information because I'd be disqualified. Already 2 guys disqualified this year, but any suggestions? Just general stuff I'm looking for. That cow has balls for not telling me anything. Keep walking that fine line about getting information, you know. I'm just trying to get generals from these cows, and they won't even give that up, dude. They're very stingy. I think they've been watching all the drama lately with Matt Herron and Scott Martin. I'm going to do a pit boss, 3-inch pit boss on one, and I'm going to do a little 4-inch creature hog on one. Different weights, different colors. I love what Uncle Larry guys are doing, because they're doing a modern version of what me and my cronies, aka Brian the Carpenter, aka Pepion, aka Warts, aka Fathead, did back in the day. This is, give you a time context. This is 82, 83, 84, 85, early mid 80s. And dude, we're trying to find these places that aren't fished. The sneak holes, the places where bass haven't seen a bait, where fish are just unpressured. And back then you didn't have a phone, you didn't have an iPad, you didn't have Google Earth, satellite imagery, it wasn't a thing. So we're literally using paper maps, you know, word of mouth. My uncle's brother told me this place, and you know, this and that, or you know, always keeping our eye out, dude. Like, you know, driving somewhere else and you see water. And what made it even harder is we're getting our moms to drive us to these places and literally just drop us off, dude, in the middle of nowhere. That excitement and that energy of finding something has never been fished, finding the glory, that really motivated us, and it kind of made me the angler I am today, and it really has carried over. So all these years later, I'm doing it at a different level in tournaments and stuff like that, but I still look for that. Like, I'm getting ready to practice on the Sabine River tomorrow. I'm gonna be looking to get in the sloughs, to do things with my boat that other guys won't do, to find the glory. Come on, dude.
Yes, brother.
Yo.
Yes, brother.
Yo, come on,
Yes,
Vega. I love how the rods start out so nice. Before the end of the day, they're absolutely destroyed. There's gonna be something today that is like an aha moment. It's gonna hit us, you know? It's gonna be depth, or it's gonna be vegetation or cover, or how it's laid out. Something's gonna be like bing. Definitely that's a shower. Keeper number 1, dude. On the Sabine, first day of practice. Probably, honestly, 40 minutes in, we hadn't had a bite. Just talking about how I'm not feeling it. Looks stagnant. And this is what I call junk mat. If you look at it, you have hyacinth, you have alligator grass, river grass, and you have reeds all mixed together. Actually, a piece of wood in there too. So, trash mat, first bass. And here's, I know what you're thinking. Dude, you're thinking, boy, that's a sorry bass. That's a good one, dude. That's a 1.8. That's a 1.7 or a 1.8, which is not a bad one. So 2 of these, 2 2-pounders, and a 2 1/4, and you got a mega bag.
I didn't even have time to start the camera again.
Another keeper, not as big. This is a 1.1, maybe a 1. It's definitely a 12-incher though. Dude, you go all that way. The other thing, I did switch to a jig. You know, we were saying, like, you know, maybe you have to slow down, even though it doesn't make sense. Early morning, cloudy. I mean, there's definitely no 2-pounders yet, but 2 a little better than average. Yeah. Missed them. Bluegill. I'm gonna mark it even though that wasn't a bass. That's what we were just saying, dude. We're like, okay, where's the bluegill bites? Perfect. Yeah, that's a good one, dude. So that is one that on this place is a mega, dude. And so the commonality, if you see this fish, besides the bait, look at the mat. Actual mat again. So definitely telling us something. So let's weigh this real quick. 113. So almost 2. Just under 2. So that's a key fish, guys.
Look at that.
It went from nothing to.
Yeah.
And here's the other thing, guys. It's a straightaway, which, you know, in river fishing, I honestly don't love the straightaways. I prefer bends, but that's what we were saying earlier. You gotta let the fish talk to you. I'll throw a buzzbait on it, but I'll probably flip it. But right here is a mat. That's one you need. That's one you need. You need 4 more of those. Oh, he's got it. Whatever it is about that sapphire blue with the silver in it, if you look at it, the water just makes it pop. And over the years in tidal water, that combo has been deadly for me. He's got it. It was a 2-pounder. It was a 2-pounder. Bluegill, load it right there, dude. This might be a bluegill spawn. Oh God, there's fucking bluegill everywhere there, dude. Matt, dude, another 111, 110. That actually has a 2-pound frame, but he's skinny as a. I mean, that's a 2-pound head, but post spawn, obviously. Fished 3 oxbows, no bites, main drag, mid depth, mats, grass. We got him. Yeah, dude. Wow. All right, this will be the last flip. All right, last cast. I keep saying that. But we gotta go now. We gotta go see what the boundaries are, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Something move.
Sneak one more in there. A true fisherman right here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. It's a true story on, you know, when you're practicing, a lot of times you don't want to catch them, you know, you just want to get the bites. Delaware River I knew was going to be stingy, and I was cutting off the hooks or putting hook protectors on almost everything. So I had a chatterbait, 1/2 ounce white chatterbait, and I had the hook cut off. I had the trailer on there and I cut the hook just below it, just so there was no hook whatsoever. And I had one hit it and would not let it go. Reeled it all the way in, swung it in with no hook. He literally chomped down on it and just, he wouldn't let go of the fucking thing, dude.
Only in practice.
Only in practice. Guys, besides the smell, we're really expanding now in this area, and we just dipped into another side chute. And this one, the funny thing about this one is, not only does it stink up here, the water's dirtier. It does not look as good. The other stuff looks good. Look at this. Dirtier water, a whole shade dirtier. Shitty, not really great looking. I was just mentioning, we haven't got bit on wood all day, and I throw to a piece of wood, and that is, dude, that's the kind of fish that in this tournament, if you can catch one of these a day, you make the top 10. 213. Now I'm not gonna set the hook anymore. So now let's see if we can get another bite.
Oh. 2 minutes later.
Oh, another piece of wood. Oh my God. Please, please, please be in this creek. Please be in this creek. I gotta get another trailer. Oh, I'm nervous now. Shape 108, dude. Freaking sapphire blue, but with the silver metal flake. And just compact, short. Oh, dude, oh my God. I think this is a couch.
Couch pattern.
I think this is someone's couch. What's up, fellas? How you doing today?
Which are you using to catch the bed? Which are you using to catch the bed?
Just a jig.
Alright.
Regular jig. Good luck. I just put in an extra hour every day. And you know, when you tally that up, you know, an hour each practice day after 9 events, dude, you've practiced like a whole nother 4 or 5 days than the other guys, you know. It was amazing. And I did that for a lot of years very successfully. And I still do it. The thing is, it's easy for me to do it because I love to fish, right? It's like, you know, what if I quit an hour ago? What am I gonna do? Go home and watch TV? This is City Limits Fishing, Beaumont, Texas. To me, this is fun. I love going up in these weird places and catching them like this. Generally, these don't get a lot of pressure. They don't get as much fishing pressure. People think this is ugly and strange and different, but it is different, you know? Instead of, you know, lay downs and reeds, you know, you got concrete and metal and pilings and all that, and a little bit of trash, and you know, but I like the diversity of that, and definitely fits my style. Big one. Oh God, that's a bass, it's a giant. Look at a fucking sheep's head. I mean, there's a lot of stuff under here. Spines, yeah, spines. Good luck today. It's good seeing you.
Never tell anybody good luck. Tight lines, man, tight lines.
Tight lines. I know. Good luck's usually bad luck.
Tiny ship was tossed. If not for the courage and fearless crew, the minnow would be lost. The minnow would be lost.
In fuel there. Like when I pump the ball, I see it squirts.
Yeah.
From right
All right,
in.
pull your rigging tube off.
Pull this off?
It's right there.
And they hold this
Pull
for
that
you.
back. Pull that to you.
Pull this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
but
you
it,
go, just like that.
but
Now
it's-
find out what part
yeah,
of the hose is.
it's the part of the hose is way up in here.
Push it all off. There you go. And then cut that.
I see. I know I said it in other videos before, but you're not just a fisherman. You're a driver, you're a truck driver, you're a publicist, you're a public speaker, and you're a mechanic. Ah! Listen, when I leave this sport, there's some things I will miss. Trust me, I'll miss the fans, I'll miss the excitement of the tournaments. But this shit, I ain't gonna miss this. Had the arrow come off, the ghost. It was nice. Doom, 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 doom. Brings me back to my youth, dude. It was like I'm at a rave right now. This one's going to be a grinder. You've heard that term before, but this one really is going to be a grinder. This is This is exactly how I grew up fishing at home, which I like. I'm gonna be very focused on the run, be very focused on every bite. Ounces here are a big deal. You know, 3-4 ounces here, 15 spots maybe. That sounds ridiculous, but 4 ounces might be 15 spots.
And remember, you know where the fish are.
Wow.
That's the kind that I caught yesterday.
He should run on you. That's a keeper. Nobody's fished through here. That's so cool, buddy.
Yes.
That's so cool. He's a good one. Good one to call.
And this is not the kind we need today. That's a 1.3, maybe 1.4. So he's gonna stay on the small side. Did get a bite for like 30 minutes yesterday on a jig, switched to the beaver. Got a bite on the beaver. Didn't get a bite up for 20 minutes on the beaver this morning, switched to the jig, got a bite. It's a keeper. It's 12.
12 incher.
It's not even a pound though.
Yeah.
It's 13 ounces, you know. Got it. On the marsh bank, dude. Fucking marsh banks, dude. Got the leg.
Yeah.
Got him. It's a 2-pounder. Yes! That's the kind we're gonna need today. Clearly a better than average fish. Got real lucky on that one. I'll show you. He came up and hit the leg, ripped the leg off, and I flipped back, took my second flip and caught him. Not quite 2, but heavy 1. That's probably a 112. And that's the kind of fish we need to make the cut. Stump! Came over stump! Freestyling! Freestyling! It's another one of the one fish, dude. This is what we gotta do today. We gotta freestyle, guys. It's another 111. We're 1 fish away. Stump, dude, I see the black spot down there. This is what I love to do. I love to fish, so it's easy for me to put in all this time. But I will tell you that working harder was a great strategy. Working smarter, I think, is becoming the better strategy. So, you know, guys that are utilizing new technologies and stuff like that, you know, they might be at an advantage in today's world, but it was fun while it lasted.
5 pounds, 10 ounces, with 12 pounds, 3 ounces. Unfortunately, just outside of the cut. Unfortunately, not going to be sticking around for Saturday this time around, Ike.
Yeah, that sucks.
I concur.
Yeah, you know, it's tough to come that close. My arm's been bothering me this year, and I think it's starting to wear on me a little bit. So we're gonna get home and try to get that fixed and reassess the situation.
You have that shark on there.
I appreciate it. You want it? I'll sell it to you real cheap. You got like 10 bucks on it, you could have the whole thing, right?
I got 10 bucks on me.
Yeah, give me 10 bucks, you can have the whole thing.
You sure?
Yeah. Here, that's yours.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome.
That is really cool. Thank you.
Okay, guys, now it's time for the real dirt. The road stories are so glorious, like good and bad. You know, you have so many. Like I'll start with the good ones. You know, the good one is this, and I don't want to make it seem all terrible driving, because there is a lot of amazing things when you're driving. So I'll give you a couple. Like, dude, when you're in a plane, you're just kind of at the mercy of somebody else, and you're way up there. You can barely even see the land, you know? Dude, at least when I'm driving, one thing I have liked about it, I am in control of my own destiny. And I like that, right? It's me driving me. I'm responsible for me. I like that. And I also like the fact that I get to see the country. I really do. Like, dude, we're in bumfuck Texas right now, in this little town. And look at this. Fisherman's Inn. Oak Ridge Marina. Like, look at that motel. It's been there for 100 years on Lake Fork. I mean, there is a beauty to seeing the country at the ground level, right? There is a beauty to that. So I'm very appreciative of some of the sights that I've seen. Dude, I got to make the drive out west 3 or 4 times. A couple of times with the family. How amazing that was, you know, doing the pit stops on the way, Cadillac Ranch, Grand Canyon, like just things that maybe in my life I would have never seen, you know, and I got to see them because of fishing and because I'm driving, you know. So got good parts, got some bad parts too, dude. I mean, like, just trying to give you a couple, you know. Stuck in bumper to bumper traffic more times than I can remember. Been in a few accidents. I've been T-boned by a chick on her cell phone. Hit the trailer so hard it knocked 2 tires off. I look back in my rearview mirror, dude, the tires are like 100 feet in the air, head on. I'm looking and I see her and she's fading this way, slowly coming over the yellow line, and I'm like, she's gonna correct. Oh shit, she's not gonna correct. I like go right, but when I do that, I get out of the way, but the boat kind of, you know, when you do that, the boat kicks back, and dude, she plowed the trailer, totaled the trailer. We had to get it was debacle, but it was tough to figure all that mess out. The trailer never got fixed.
How was your boat all right?
Boat was fine, dude. That's a testament to Bass Cat boats right there. That's a good commercial. Dude, the Bass Cat was fine. Trailer was totaled. So we had to figure all that out, how to get a new trailer, how to get the boat off of that one. It was a debacle. But so some small accidents, hit a deer one time, the traffic, the weather, forest fires, literally where I had to avoid the fires, to the worst snow and ice storms you'd ever imagine trying to get out of New Jersey. I remember one trying to get out of Jersey. We're trying to beat it, and Becky and I kind of don't beat it, and we're stuck in blizzard-like conditions trying to get out of it. The line was in like Virginia, and we're like just snail crawling to get out of there. You know, like everybody's pulled over, and we know we've got to get to the next tournament. So we're white-knuckled like, oh, doing 30 on 95, trying to get out of here. Stuff like that. Tornadoes. I've been through several tornadoes driving. You know, one right here at Lake Fork, dude. It's crazy, but the bridge that we crossed to go to dinner the other night, so it's pretty much the first bridge that crosses about the middle of Lake Fork. we're trying to get out of here to get to the next event. So I'm in this truck and boat. Becky's in the fifth wheel and camper. At the time we were traveling with the camper. And dude, we're same thing. We got to get to the next event. Tornado watch, tornado watch. Quick, let's get out of here. Button everything up. Dude, we're on that bridge and a tornado's coming across the... Dude, so it didn't hit us direct, but the winds, the hail, the green skies, some of the stuff is unimaginable. And you know, the worst of all those stories is the most boring, which is just the mega drives. And you know, for me, living in New Jersey, it's my choice. I'm Jersey for life, I'm committed. But the downfall of that is, I would say 70% of our events are in the South. And because of that, everything is a 15 to 20 plus hour drive. Most of them 18 to 20 hours. So, dude, the worst of all that, like even worse than tornadoes and forest fires, is the seat, the seat, you know? And like literally, the older I've gotten, the less risks I take. I can remember early in my career, you know, early in the 30 years, and I'm not lying to you about this. Dude, I would be so high strung to not miss a minute of practice or get to the next event. Remember, back then, I was fishing a lot of events. Opens, invitationals, Redmans, federations, all these events. You know, Everstart series, Stren series for my old guys that remember. And I'm going event to event to event to event to event. And dude, I would push it. I would drive 15 to 20 hours without blinking an eye, dude. Old school Red Bullin', coffee to get me to the place. And, you know, stopping at Walmarts to sleep in the back, to plug my boat in, because I'm coming from another tournament to go to another tournament. I'm stealing electricity from Walmart. I'm sorry, Mr. Walton. Those were the things I would do when I'm young, you know. Now that I'm older, you know, 10, 12, 13 hours, dude, is about my max. And when I hit 12, 13 hours, I'm done. I'm smoked. I can't drive anymore. So drive it different, drive it safer, maybe would be a better way to say it. But the worst part of all is that ass, dude. That ass gets tired.